Hey besties, welcome back to Money Moves Podcast by KTVAECU. We have a little special treat for you today, so stick around to find out. Welcome to Money Moves Podcast, the financial podcast without all the fluff.
We're Molly and Caroline, two financial marketing coworkers turned besties, and we're here to help you take control of your cash.
We'll break down everything you need to know to make smart money moves and hopefully not bore you to death.
Think of us as your financial hype squad, bringing you real stories and tips to help you start stacking your cash.
So let's start making those money moves.
We are not financial experts. We are just two regular people. Always do your own research and ask a professional for personalized advice.
Well,
welcome back.
We're back.
It's officially 2026.
It's a new year, new resolutions.
Also, as Molly stated at the beginning, we do have a little treat later on in this episode. If you look around the studio, you might be able to tell a hint of what's going to happen later on. But stay tuned to find out.
Stay tuned to find out. But before that, resolution time.
Resolutions.
It's resolution season.
How are you feeling about 2026? Let's talk about it.
We have kicked off. And, I'm not normally a big resolution gal. Like, that's not really a vibe for me.
Okay.
But
wait, why?
It's just one of those things. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why.
She's got to be different.
I'm an Enneagram 7, and I don't want to set myself up for failure because what's the statistic on how well someone keeps their resolution?
Can't imagine that it's good, but
So I'm just not setting myself up for failure.
But it actually surprises me that you're not into it as an Enneagram 7, because I feel like if everyone's making resolutions, then you would want to make one.
Then I would feel like I'm missing out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to this year.
Okay, tell me.
Okay, so first, are you setting resolutions?
Yes.
She said, okay, tell me.
Yeah, okay, tell me. You go first, and then I'll set mine right after yours.
So I think I have, I have 2 resolutions. And they're not like super cool, but here's where we are.
Okay, no, I'm down.
The first one is I think I'm going to try to do less sugar in 2026.
Oh, period. That's so good.
I know. Like, do I really need it? Maybe. It's a need want.
Yeah.
And I think it's just stemming from like all of this. Like, my TikTok feed right now is all about like nutrition and the junks in our food. Like, that's a whole other
Listen,
day.
I love a health-based resolution.
So I think that's what I do.
I can get behind that point.
I can get behind that.
I can. Listen, I love a health-based resolution. I can get behind that. Period. Yeah.
And I think my second resolution, which is kind of a repeat from just the last 6 months of my life, is I want to be more intentional.
Okay.
And that means like more intentional with my time, not getting worked up over silly things. Like, I was reading something the other day that was like, if it doesn't matter in 5-10 years, like, why even get worked up over it? Like, fill in the blank of whatever it is.
I love that.
So I'm going to try to be more intentional with my time and emotions, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
So what's yours?
Mine is kind of boring, but I feel like this is, so I turned 30 in 2025.
Hey.
Yeah. So new decade of life. And, rounding out my 30th year, I think something that has really helped me, and like I feel like people preach this a lot when you're younger and you're like, boring, I'm not going to do that. It's routines. And so I really want to start like a more strict morning routine and a more strict night routine as my like get up and go on switch for the day and turn down off switch for the night. And I know that sounds so boring, but I think that I'm just one of those people that I'm kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
And I really want to have that structure. I've structured a lot of different areas of my life. I've talked about kind of a little bit how I've structured my own finances on the podcast.
Yeah.
And like, I know I'm a person who thrives in routine and with routines.
Yeah.
Like, I have a payday routine. I have like where I store all of my money. I know that like, in my work life, I have routines that I like set aside the first 15 minutes of my day for this, the last 45 for this. So like, I know that's something that sets me up to be successful. Yeah. So I just kind of want to start doing that in my like personal time.
No, I love this.
And have it as like I don't know, like I said, like an on switch, off switch for the days.
I love that. So I have a story for you.
Yeah.
So there was this book I was reading, and the book was written by someone who is like a millionaire, billionaire, and they were asking them like, what are things that you do? And this particular person would get up super early in the morning. And the reason why is for the morning routine. Because if you think about your day, when you start your day for getting up to go to work, really someone else is managing your time because you have to get up, you have to go to work.
Yeah.
You go to work, your time is managed there. You get home from work, your time is managed either with your family or outings or cooking or the things that you have to, like your time is being demanded of someone else.
Yeah.
Whereas getting up super early, the day hasn't started, the time's not ticking yet. Like you can do the things that you want to do for your morning routine for yourself. And I'm not a morning person at all. So I reverse that back for me. Mine's the end of the day. It's like once everyone goes to sleep, like I want to read my books. I want to, scroll on social media, or like whatever. Like I get to pick what I want to do.
My time. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
But that's, so mine's routines. And then I think I've done a really good job this year of setting financial goals for myself. So
I know the podcast has helped me.
I know, me too. So like another money win that we haven't talked about since we've been on for a second is I set aside a savings account for a larger trip that my husband and I did this past Thanksgiving. And I was able to like 100% just use that money for it, which like felt so good. So I want to keep doing stuff like that. Really, honestly, just allocating my sinking funds appropriately is kind of like a big goal for me in the new year. So
we'll have to check in.
Yeah.
All right, listen up, listeners. We'll have to check in and see how we're doing with our resolutions, down the road. We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
But speaking of setting good financial goals for your life and resolutions, we did tell you that we had a special treat today. So today we have another special guest for you. So today's special guest is what we call our loan expert. She is here to answer all the questions that we have about loans. She's been with the credit union for 23 years, and like Caroline and I, she also loves helping people. It's like a thing here at the credit union, you know? And so one really cool thing about her is she's worked in our branches for a really long time. She's worked in different back office areas. So she's got a depth of knowledge for us to dig into today. So welcome, Stacie.
Welcome, Stacie.
Thank you.
Yes. We're so glad you're here and ready to talk to us about loans.
Yeah. We're going to be having a big loan conversation today. Molly, are we talking about any specific type of loans
Yeah,
today?
maybe we are. You know us. We always have like a little thing that we want to talk about. So today is all about debt consolidation. And this topic came up because we feel like sometimes it's one of those things that you hear and some people get a little scared of or they think it's this bad thing. But you're going to tell us all about it today.
To make it just really easy for everybody.
Exactly. Molly and I did our best to cover off on auto loans and home loans, gave a very high overview. But this is one we kind of feel we wanted to bring on an expert for because I think the words debt and consolidation or even just like personal loans sometimes can be a little bit intimidating for people jumping off into the need for that. So can you kind of like tell us what that really means? Like what does a debt consolidation loan or personal loan really mean?
Right. I think it's very important to start off by, just making sure that during the process that you kind of explain what you're wanting to accomplish.
Okay.
A lot of times a member would come into me and we would sit down and start talking and they might have a piece of collateral that's paid for, like a vehicle or something of that nature.
Yeah.
And that's always the best thing to do is to roll over whatever debt that you might have into a paid for asset.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. That I've never heard that before.
Yeah. So what you're saying is like if I want to maybe combine my payments or just simplify the payments of our lives into a single loan, it's better to have something to back it, so to speak.
Correct.
So like an auto loan, as you said.
Correct.
Sometimes people use their houses to back the loan. And those make it what they call a secure loan.
It's a secured loan. Usually your interest rate is better and it just benefits that person typically.
But do you have to always go that route?
You do not always have to go that route. When we start talking to you, that's typically what we'll start with is, do you have something that's paid for?
Yeah.
If you don't, then we'll go and look at the personal loan option for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe somebody has a lot of high interest credit card debt, possibly personal loans somewhere else, and then we'll look at doing a personal loan for them to combine all those together.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's good. I think that's the big thing that I take away when I hear debt consolidation, because you hear those two words together.
Yeah.
It's like, what in the world does that even mean?
Well, I feel like they're just two scary words in general.
Scary words, Take them out. But it's really just if you have a lot of loans or a lot of credit cards, multiple payments for that month, and you want to get a better rate, simplify it down into one, like, who needs all those logins?
Right.
You know, like let's get rid of those and just log into one.
Yeah.
I think it just simplifies your life.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. You know, the most important thing is trying to get all those things paid for
Yeah.
and then establishing healthy spending habits.
Yeah.
We don't want to pay that debt off for you. And then in 3 months, you come back and you're in the same scenario
situation.
because
Yeah.
you've ran those credit cards back up.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about like, is there a type of debt consolidation that I shouldn't do? Like when it just doesn't make sense? Like, you know, I think we talked about like when you have a lot of high interest rate, but let's say I've got good interest rates and my payments are low. Is there a time where maybe I shouldn't consider a debt consolidation
I mean,
loan?
if the rate is not going to benefit you, then I probably would not consider it.
Yeah.
If you've got some lower interest credit cards, then set a budget and get those paid off.
Yeah.
So that rate doesn't go up or whatnot.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because that typically could happen.
Yeah. So kind of going down the other pathway, when Molly said, is there a time that doesn't make sense for one? Is there a time that it does make sense that you should be looking for a debt consolidation or a personal loan
Yeah,
like
if
that?
you've got lots of different payments and you want
Yep.
to combine those, then this would be the perfect thing for you.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to like have a debt consolidation loan or personal loan. And I want to sit down and sit with you and talk. What are like some things that I should look out for, that I should always maybe consider to ask the loan officer that I'm talking to, just so that I'm prepared and empowered and know that I can make the best decision for me?
What your rate is, that's the most important. Your rate, your term. Is it a fixed rate? If it's a variable rate, what's your fluctuation? Like how high is that going to go?
Yeah.
So let's break down what those are.
Okay.
'Cause maybe not everybody understands
Yeah.
that. So let's start with rate. So rate, what is rate?
Rate is the percentage that you're paying on the money that you borrow from us.
Yes, yeah. I always say it's the cost that you use to borrow
The cost to borrow money.
Yeah. Okay, and you said the word fixed and variable. So let's break down those two words because they mean completely different things.
So
Yeah.
fixed means it's fixed for the term that you've signed for.
Okay.
Fixed for 24 months, 36 months would be fixed during that whole time. Variable rate could possibly change every quarter. Some institutions, it could fluctuate more often than that.
Just depends on
Oh,
rate. So it's not
interesting.
locked in
Correct.
at that point if
Yes.
it's a variable rate.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
If you have a variable rate product at the credit union, your payment would not change, but your term could lengthen or shorten.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that was a
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Cool. I love learning something new. I'm like, I learn something new every time we have a guest on this podcast. So,
Yeah,
that's neat that it's the term that changes. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Right.
I've heard that too. Like, I know this is going back to the home loans, but like, you know, you hear people's escrow changes, their payment can change because of their escrow amounts and stuff. So that makes sense, like thinking through it for debt consolidation too. And I also wanted to point out the word term, like what does that mean? And you said it, like 12 months or 24 months. So that means you're getting a loan at a set rate if it's fixed for a certain period of time, basically. And it's important that you understand that when you're talking to your loan officer because you want to first make sure that the payment works for you and your budget.
Right.
And so if that's something that doesn't work out, don't be afraid to speak up, right? Like,
Right.
you want them to talk to you.
Absolutely. We want you to be open and honest and let us know all the things so we can give you the best plan for you.
Yeah, that was my next question I was going to ask is like, is there a certain amount of like things that they should bring in ready to discuss when trying to approach like a debt consolidation loan or a personal loan?
Sure.
Like is there like a check mark? Like you need to have all of these things together when you come to see us.
Yeah, I would bring in your verification of income.
Okay.
It might possibly be direct deposit here. That's going to be verification for us.
Okay.
If not, bring that in with you.
Yeah.
And then bring in whatever you're wanting to pay off.
Yeah.
When we pull credit, we're going to see all those debts. But if you just bring that in and be prepared.
Yeah. I guess also talking about that first option of rolling it into a paid for asset, would it be important to bring
The
those
title,
thing to the
it
table?
would be. Yeah,
Okay,
it
cool.
would be. Bring the title
That's
with
good.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you hinted at this a little bit earlier, but you talked about like you do a debt consolidation. Here's maybe some things you don't want to do after that. What are some common things that maybe you see when you're talking with people that they kind of get back into after doing a debt consolidation? Because it is helpful.
Yeah.
So like what are some like red flags or like, hey, just be mindful of these things so you don't get back down like a different path?
I would go ahead and establish those healthy spending habits.
I could see that because you've now combined and paid off your other debt and just moved somewhere else.
Right.
And so it might be tempting to go back out and use those cards. I could see how that could be tempting.
Yeah.
Which, speaking to that, if you are interested in a debt consolidation or personal loan like that, like everyone is saying, set up those good spending habits so that we don't have to utilize that again. Because sometimes if in total that new payment is now lower than everything else you're paying, you might feel like you have the ability to go out and spend more, but really you don't. You kind of need to course correct some of those habits from the jump and kind of get back on the right path.
Definitely.
You could always take that extra amount, like if now that your payment is lower with a debt consolidation, you could always like put more towards your monthly payment for those months that you can and just help pay it off faster.
Absolutely.
Wow, that was a great tip right off the cuff, Molly. Good job.
I'm trying to help. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
Have you done loans before?
I have actually. From both sides.
So I have a question about credit score because I know that's like a common.
That's a good one.
That's something that everyone is a little bit confused about. We've covered it in a couple of episodes, so check those out if you do have questions about your credit score. But when you apply for a debt consolidation loan, does that affect your credit score at all? And if so, how?
It is. It's going to affect your score from having your credit pulled.
Yeah.
Okay.
But over the life, it's going to benefit you.
Yeah.
Your utilization is probably going to open up some. So you might have had some cards maxed out. So you're going to roll those over into a fixed term loan.
Yeah.
So you're going to open up that utilization and it's going to overall help you out.
Yeah. It'll help you out if you get your good money habits in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Initially, you might see your credit score drop a little bit.
Yeah.
But then over the term, it's going to benefit you.
Yeah. And I would say that's probably true of any loan, really, right?
Yeah.
It's like you'll probably see it drop after that initial hard pull on your score.
Right.
But then once you keep establishing that you are credible and can pay off that payment every single month.
Yeah.
And with the debt consolidation loan, you have the added benefit that, like you said, your credit card utilization could open up quite a bit. So you should see it tick back up after a while.
Correct.
Yeah. So if I'm someone that's ready to now, I feel good about all the stuff that you've told me and I'm ready to take that next step, what's the best approach? Like, is it better to call and talk to the financial member service rep? Is it better to apply online and just go straight for it? Like, what's the best approach I should take?
Any of those options, however you feel most comfortable.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to speak to somebody face to face.
Yeah.
I think that's always a benefit. When I was in the branches, I would really enjoy my same members coming in every month.
Yeah.
I know what's been going on with them for years.
Yeah.
But if not, you can apply online. You can call into our loan center. Anybody here will be happy to help you.
Yeah. I also think that's the benefit of like speaking to us or going into the branches. Like, one, if you do have that regular branch that you're going to, I love seeing the personal connections out there and they know your story and they can really help you. But also just like speaking to us, like that's what we're here to do is we're here to help. So being able to like lay out that entire story, it's like that's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
Is to get the full picture and to help you make the best decision for you. But not that you can't do it yourself online, but I like the personal face-to-face.
I mean, I think it's important. I think it's important to establish that relationship and make that step.
Yeah. And it's also like you said, we're here to help. So like I know there's been times where even I've went in and said, hey, I want to do this. And like after we've kind of talked through what my financial goals were, it's like the member service rep would say, this actually is a better option if we go this route.
Right.
Yeah.
And you get to like talk through all the scenarios before you ever even have to make a decision if you want to. And so I think sometimes that it can be scary to take that step to like call your financial institution or go in and see them. But honestly, they're there to help you figure out what's the best scenario for you.
Yeah. And building on top of that, because we kind of talked a little about it before the camera started rolling, but it's not just like personal loans and debt consolidation can also not be for just credit card. I feel like we've kind of focused in on credit card stuff, but you could go into your local branch or call us and say, hey, my goal is to open up my cash flow a little bit, get my debt to income looking a little bit better before trying to get a house or a car or something like that. And we're here to help, make those steps to get you in that better place.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, there's our favorite time of the episode where it's just always a toss of a coin of what will happen. And that is coin toss.
But with our guests, what we've been doing is we've been coin tossing it over to our guests. So, yeah.
I'm excited.
Typically, Molly and I flip it and it's between us. But what we've been doing is we've just been tossing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The option over to our guests. So during coin toss, we like to talk about a money win, a credit card confessional, just really a money myth buster, anything that you want to talk about really or provide a story on. That's what we like to toss up in the air and talk about.
I thoroughly enjoy talking to my members, trying to see how I can help them. They might come into my office or came into my office at some point, and they might be trying to purchase a vehicle, and I've got their credit pulled. I'm able to look to see how I can save them money. They might have a vehicle financed elsewhere. I'm able to refinance that, lower their rate, do a consolidation, pay off some credit cards.
Yeah.
They leave my office and have saved some money. So
That's a
it's
good
always
money
make me feel really
Yeah.
good.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that you brought the perspective from our members. A lot of times it's what me and Carol's
Yeah.
either confessing or trying to be better at. But I love that you have a money win perspective from our members because that's awesome. Because
That's what we're here for.
I was going to say that's what it all comes down to is we want to help you. We want you to succeed and save a little money along the way.
Honestly, yeah. And I bet like in your position, you do get to see a lot of wins on a daily basis or weekly or monthly basis. They kind of accumulate into the bigger picture of helping our membership and get their own financial wins.
Yeah.
Do you have like a standout story, not naming names or anything, but that you've experienced over the years that's like really just made you feel good that you were able to help this situation, remember?
Yeah, sometimes you'll get members that got lots of credit card debt, and you're able to consolidate those and free up hundreds of dollars for them. They felt hopeless. They didn't feel like they could continue making those payments. They didn't really know what to do, and you're able to sit down with them, show them their options, and save them some money, and they leave feeling way better than when they came to you.
Yeah. Because that can be a really, like you said, hopeless kind of situation, feeling scared, trying to tackle that by yourself. But I think even opening the door for the conversation like y'all do is so crucial to like, that is the education boundary that we need to cross to like help people.
Sometimes members might be embarrassed.
Yeah.
They just don't want to tell us all their personal information. But it's really important that you do so we can find that best product for you.
And I think we've said it on here before, but like having that knowledge is the power that you can like take back. And so just sitting down and having those conversations and you getting to talk with your member, like, you help them save some money, but you also just help them gain some knowledge that they can make better money choices going forward, which is going to help them for longer than what they save, which is really cool.
Yeah. I was also about to say, I feel like this younger generation can also be very anxious about like opening up and telling your story to get that help. But that's part of the beauty of it is like when you have a good relationship with your financial institution, you do get to kind of take some of the stress off and rely on the experts that you do have. Because that's the thing is like if you take that courageous little step and just open up about it, the thing is there are people who will help you and like that's our thing is like we want to help very badly to get you into that better position. And so I like to see it as a like you can kind of brush your hands of it after you get through the hurdle of talking about it because then you can say, hey, you know what? I've relied on an expert and we're going to get there together. I'm not in this alone is some of the beauty of that. So
I love that. Yeah, because we're not really taught like how to go into a financial institution and handle our life, but like it's the biggest thing in our life.
It's very important.
So like once you get in there and you have that relationship, it does take a little bit of that. Okay, I can breathe for a second because someone else knows about all the things that I don't know what I'm doing.
100%.
Well, thanks for being here with us today.
You're so welcome. I appreciate y'all having me.
Yes, and we've learned so much, and I'm glad that we were able to bring on a loan expert for you guys today. I always love when we get to bring a guest on the episode.
Me too.
Like, I feel like we learn a little bit, and me and Caroline, we do have a lot to say, but I always think it's great hearing from someone else. all the things that we say.
It's just third-party perspective. It's always nice to learn something that you don't know. Always.
It's always nice. We always love having our guests. Well, if there's a topic that you would love for us to cover on the episode, we want to hear from you. So send us an email at podcast@tvacreditunion.com. It comes straight to Caroline and I. We review those. And who knows, maybe your submission will be our next episode topic.
And if you just can't get enough, be sure to follow us on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you are, we are at TVA Credit Union. And with that, keep making moves with your money.